to the Fall Major Expert Division qualifying round, hole number 4. Here we're playing a sniper bounce up shot. The base adjustment is 1 to 1. You'll need tweaks for wind angle. I'll go over those in a minute. The spin set here is 1.8 backspin, so I'm starting with a basic ball. I'm adding my 1.8 backspin, then switching to my power 4 ball, setting up at complete P4 min. And if you want, you can switch from there. You can switch to any P1, 2, 3, or 4 wind 4 ball for this shot. I happen to have some of these P4 wind 4 precision balls, so that's what I'm using here. I'm not making any swap after the basic ball. I did start with a basic ball there, even though it doesn't show it. That's to get my spin without inadvertently adding any side spin. That's why I'm doing the basic ball swap. So with spin added at complete P4 min, what we want to have is the tip of the ball guide splitting the line that is 2 lines left of the hole. I could zoom in, but once you start zooming in really far, it's very difficult to see the in this picture. It's difficult to see it, but you know, there is a line there. I am splitting it with the tip of my ball guide. That's the setup that you want to see. Now, if you do not have a P4 ball, there's a couple of other markers that you can use to get your up and down set up. If you look at the second bounce, the bottom of the second bounce is resting nicely on the fairway fringe line. So that is a good indicator. In fact, that's what I would use. If I didn't have a P4 ball, I would make sure that the bottom of my second bounce looked exactly like this, with the tip of the ball guide splitting that line the same way. One other reference that you can use is the line just below the hole. All right, so the tip of your ball guide should just barely be crossing over that line. So if I take and I put my line there, you can see that the tip of the ball guide is just barely crossing over that line that's just below the hole. So that's 2 references that you can use if you don't have a power 4 ball. Personally, I would just use the bottom of the second bounce because it's a nice clean line, very easy to see. If the bottom of your second bounce is there and the tip of your ball guide is splitting that line, then you're in the right spot. All right. From there, all we have is wind angles that we need to pay attention to. Got this broken down into 3 major wind angles. So our wind angles are as follows. I'm looking at this bush here and this tree here as my markers. So the left side of that bush is my first line, and then the right side of this little tree is my second line. All right, so in the middle we got neutral, we got crosswind, and then we got headwind. All right. Headwind is the only angle that requires a click or 2 of left curl. So if you're in the headwind angle and your wind is between 6 and 6.5, the adjustment is 1 to 1. And then you need 1 click of left curl, right? If your wind is between 6.6 and 7.1, the adjustment is 1 to 1 plus 0.1, and you need 2 clicks of left curl. Same goes for winds 7.2 to 7.7. In the headwind angle, the adjustment is 1 to 1 plus 0.1 with 2 clicks of left curl. That's in the headwind angle. So basically, if you got low winds, it's 1 to 1 plus a click of left curl. Anything 6.6 to 7.7 is 1 to 1 plus 0.1 with 2 clicks of left curl. That's headwind angle only. In the neutral angle, winds between 6 and 6.5, the adjustment is 1 to 1. 6.6 to 7.1 is 1 to 1 plus 0.1. And 7.2 to 7.7, the adjustment is 1 to 1 plus 0.2. That's in the neutral angle. If you have the crosswind angle, winds between 6 and 6.5, the adjustment is 1 to 1 plus 0.1. 6.6 to 7.1 is 1 to 1 plus 0.2. And 7.2 to 7.7 is 1 to 1 plus 0.3. So they're not very complicated tweaks, but they are definitely required. Also, another thing to note on this one is it is very, very pull angle dependent. So if you want to pull this one as straight as you possibly can, if you have any 59 flicker going on, you'll probably miss it just to the left. If you have any 01 flicker going on, you'll probably miss it just to the right. But these are the adjustments and tweaks that work for me and my pull style. Practice this one a couple of times. See how it's coming in for you. You may need to shift your starting position slightly left or slightly right, depending on how you pull, as far as pull angle goes, and also depending on how you pull as far as numbers go. And what I mean by that is, if I'm pulling 7.3, that may look like a 7.4 pull to you, or it may look like a 7.2 pull to you, right? You may pull lighter or heavier than I pull. So that is going to affect the shot, and also pull angle will affect how this comes in. So definitely practice this one. See what it's doing for you. You should only need to make some minor adjustments depending on how you pull. And you should have a really good chance at getting this one to drop. It is finicky, but still a great opportunity to drop pull number 4 here. This shot can be played with a Wind 5 ball, but I did not do any Wind 5 testing here. If you're going to play this with a Wind 5 ball, my assumption is you're going to need to tweak your starting position at the very least, right? You probably need to shift it, instead of splitting the line, you'll probably need to have the tip of the ball guide just right of the line that's 2 lines left of the pin. But beyond that, pull it super straight, hit perfect, and hopefully you're walking away from hole number 4 with the hole-in-one. 1.8 backspin only, 1 to 1 plus tweaks. All right, good luck. Hope you get the drop. We'll catch you on the next one.